If the world makes you feel ordinary, we assure you it's lying. We urge you to find your own peculiar talent. Perhaps we may be of some assistance. This announcement brought to you by
Hey everybody, man, I am excited for today's show, mostly because I bumped into one of my favorite streamers while at work, looking at his stream, Chid3 on YouTube. Please go like and subscribe to him before you do me, but if you want to do both, that'd be nice too. This deck is so awesome that he had. I based this one on it, more on that later. I want to go over it real quick. We're not going to play League today just because it's this is super sketchy, like just super fun though. This is one of those reset builds, right, where you maybe feel a little down, you don't want to play Magic, whatever, and then you see this, and when it works, you're just like, it's like Christmas morning, and you go crazy. Pauper, Akbar, and Shirazman. Thank you for joining me, guys. All right, so the land count's slightly different than what he had. I'll go over his list. I got it right underneath mine. This I just called this the hybrid because I mixed and matched, found some stuff that I liked a little bit better, and we'll go from there. Anyway, so yeah, there's our Magic channel, but hopefully we can get Chid3's up there too and get that guy's sub count up there, because he's also the guy that made the I think it was the Black Rover Rogue list, and then that was about what 3 or 4 years ago now. But anyway, enough about that. Let's go to the list here. We have, I believe it's 2, 4, 6, 7 islands, and I think 8 mountains, and the rest are Boilerworks for a grand total of 18. We've got a looting package, and we have Clout of the Dominus, which I'm sitting inside of, sort of. Cunning Survivor. This card, I found this yesterday. It's not in his original build, and we'll get back to it in a second. So the deck works by throwing these Eidolons into the graveyard. Yes, I looked up how to say that, so I don't screw it up, I'll show. And you keep getting them back by using the card I Forsook, Izzet Charm. I think this is probably one of the only decks I think it works well in, because it's multicolored mostly, not because of the abilities. Manamorphose, this, and this. Get these back every single time. We've got 1 copy of Fuming Effigy for like fog locks and stuff. In theory, it hasn't really happened to me yet. I've played maybe 10 games with it. Bloodwater Entity can get ginormous. The first time you throw Clout on this, it's a 5/5 with prowess, and it has Shroud and haste, but that usually doesn't matter. And so anyway, we need to just churn through the list. We fill up our hand. We've got to discard, so we have Tolarian Winds. And every time we're discarding, as you can see here, this guy gets a counter. But then just like Gurmag, Angler, Woes, everything blocks it. And that's when I found this dude. It's like his twin brother, and sometimes gets up to 8 or 9 each swing, and it's unblockable. And y'all know me in Evasion. I love it. Thank you for pimping out Chid3 in the chat there. So go check him out. Give him a like, a subscribe, and me too. But if you're here, you probably know that already. Anyway, so yeah, that's the list. It's just a lot of fun. Manamorphose, fixes your mana, but it's mostly these spells, these multicolored spells, get all of these back in your hand. When they come back, fun things happen, and you can start shooting things and stuff. And we even have 1 Stitchwing in here. Chid's list had all 4. And a bit less discard than I've got. I even messed around with losing, what was it? I think the Stitchwing and a few of these all together went with Careful Study. It's a little too all in. Just wanted to keep this fun and light today, and just a lot of fun. I got 4 Pyroblast in the sideboard. Curse of Change, because it's a multicolored spell. And then we got 3 Cannonades. 4 Macabre, because it's just the discipline in me. I hate getting locked out, and relics and stuff are too situational, and they can be played around. And 1 more effigy for said format. So let's just be honest. We're going to crash burn hard. We're not going to be in a league, but we're going to have a lot of fun. And hopefully we can pull some cool stuff off. And just be a good time. Now, I want you to keep in mind, too, that we have no defense against burn. I mean, and it's everywhere. So if we see mountains and aggro, they're going to be some pretty fast games. All right, that's the Spirit Ultra Volcarine. That's right. Yeah, sometimes. All right, let's see how we do here. Yes, we want to play first. We'll open this up. Our mana is good. We've got an Eidolon and an Izzet Charm. Is it enough? I know, bad joke, right? We'll keep it because we got the Charm and our mana's right. Let's see what we can do here. Let's do this. Like I said, you feeling down in the dumps, Pauper got you down, you don't know what to do, you need that creative spark. This is the show for you, and this is one of the brews for you too. So just really, really, really fun. I think the grand total of this list is something like $40 if you start from scratch or something. It's awfully Pauper that way too. Yep, here we go. Here comes a bolt to the face. We'll be done in 5 turns, but hopefully we'll be able to see how the deck works in the meantime. I've got to remember that things that Charm does a lot of times. The other night I lost a match because I could have countered it, and I just keep thinking of it as a discard spell because that's like all I use it for in this one, but it's still pretty cool. All right, and the other cool thing too is that you draw 2 cards, then you discard 2, so that's actually very helpful. So I'm just going to do it now. Play it at sorcery speed here. Alrighty, well, we've got too many winds, so I'll throw these out and this one. Obviously an Eidolon, and we'll go like this. So the second we play that Manamorphose, we'll get back the Eidolon, but it doesn't really, it's not quite clicking yet. You'll see. That's why we've got the Tolarian Winds package, which, just gets obscenely large. Yo, welcome orange. Yeah, he's had builds of this. Let's talk about Chid 3 for about 4 years now, I think. It goes way back. If you scroll back, you can tell it's kind of his pet, and when a new set comes out, he tries new things with it. But he was kind of quick to dismiss this one. What did I call it, right? That's pretty easy to call burn in these matchups. But it was really fascinating how he kind of wrote it off a little too quickly, I thought. He was just like, yeah, this sucks. And I was just like, I don't think it does. I think there's something here. So let's start off with a loot here. And we'll discard, we'll say, this and this. I'll bring this back. We'll get those dudes back now. So we'll say, let's move the stack over here. Always yes and always yield. Always yes, always yield. Why does it switch it up? Always yield. Let's go. And now I have to hit the button every single time. No fun at all, I tell you. Okay, we're going to go with the same colors. Blue, red. And there we go. Now we will Tolarian Winds. Whoosh. Discard all of our cards. So 3 Eidolons go in the yard. There's our boys. And next turn we'll be able to double cast them. So I'm excited. Are you? Should be. Woo! I need more coffee. Raw. Man, I had a crazy week at work. I had overtime every single day except Friday. It was just, and it was kind of slow. I know it doesn't make any sense, but all my stuff came in at the kind of end of shift, and it was like, are you kidding me? Just let somebody else do this and let me go on time. But oh well. Here we go. Yeah, this is a lot of what's he playing and zooming in on cards. So I'll try to do that here and there. He played a really nasty brew a couple weeks back that used the what was it? The disturb mechanic in this card. And then this came through. So actually, when I was first brewing with Brute Squad, I was looking at this Cunning Survivor for a while. It's pretty cool. Well, the only good news is we're not in single digits yet, and we've got creatures that are combat related, and we've got some 2 big fat fatties showing up. But if we don't get a multicolor card here, this isn't going to be very impressive because we're getting a little flooded here. But we do have Faithless Looting in the yard. Captain Bloodwater, thank you for the sub. Holy crap. 17 months. I think that's a record. I do believe that is a record. Thank you. Yeah, this is just like, I don't know, water to a plant that's parched or something. And you see a list like this, you're like, oh, here's a whole nother hallway. Dig it. Come on, there we go. That's a good draw. If we can survive till next turn, that is. Let's, I don't know which one we should go for here. I want to keep a big blocker out. I was going to do a double play here, but I'm not right now. I'm just going to get the big counters and make him impervious to, this 2 damage every single turn. So his first ability shows up. Yo. And we don't need any of these lands. So we'll do this. Cool. Yeah, we'll put the Clout on him. Oh shoot! There's my first screw up. I should have used the blue mana for that one. There will be many more. Yes. And let's see, we could have discarded those and gone crazy here. So already made a misplay. Oh well. Punt count 1. And okay. Alrighty. So yeah, we need to discard for that ability to show up, but he's still protected, right? Okay, let's go. At least we can block. Shrouds, not that impressive. It's cooler to put that on the Cunning Survivor so you can get him for just obscene damage, but we're dragging a bit. Here we go, here we go. And hopefully somebody can get a hold of Chid or let him know. I was looking for him online a bunch, and I don't think I have his email. We did a tournament about, a year or two back, and it was a creators tournament for people that are known for making lists, and I brought his list. Everybody else did differently. Okay, here we go. That's pretty cool. I like this move, but we need to discard straight out. So I'm going to discard here. We'll get rid of these dudes. Yep. He gets the big old fat title, and those are counters. They just stick around. The survivalist, not so much. Okay. Let me bring down a survivor. Do this nice and slow this time. Boop. Thank you for that, Shiraz. Mr. Johnny on the spot. Here's that. I don't know if I want to Clout right now. No, we want to loot right now. So we could throw it. Well, we can't really, can we? I'm about to do that error again. Okay, we can play blue for Dominus. Let's do that. Yep. Boop. There we go. All these come back. Yes. If I can only get that to just auto work. I've done it once or twice. It's maddening when it doesn't. And these might not survive the activation next turn after they see what this deck's capable of doing, but for right now, it's we're playing pretty honest Magic right now. All right, I'll do this and this. These all get bigger. Always yield. When that red dude shows up, every time we're doing this, we're doing damage. So, we're at 12. They got 3 cards in hand. We're probably dead next turn. I'm just going to attack. He's probably going to block with the Lava Runner. If there was a way to make this, I've even thought of playing, what's the card? Aqua something. Aqueducts. No, it flashes back for a blue. That makes things unblockable because you play them from your yard. The Jumpstart mechanic's a nice option too. I looked into a lot of stuff. So, yeah, very cool stuff. And surprisingly, too, I love Stitchwing. When that came out, I was like, oh, man, that's got Brew written all over it. And my son rolled his eyes at me. But I don't know, putting a 3/4 body into play tapped at the end of opponent's turn is pretty nasty stuff. That's a pretty big body in the air in Pauper. I mean, not many things can trade with a Delver and win. Or a Spire Golem. This is over so quickly for us, I think, unless they're just sitting on lands. A little jump. He probably doesn't want to walk in. And might have some insto trick, right? Well, we can get a whole lot of stuff back this turn. I like this card a lot too. Kind of an embarrassment of riches here. I want to get our let's get our creature count up because there's quite a bit of stuff going on. I think I'm just going to go in with this dude. I don't know. See, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, first things first. Let's we'll draw 2 cards. Always yes. Yield. Yep. I don't know why they put those there when it doesn't work. And we still got to draw 2 cards. Don't let that fool you. Okay, so we'll discard the 2. These all come down. Good times for all. Trigger City. Maybe we should call the deck that. Trigger City. Alrighty. Yeah, I wish we had one more mana. Might as well make this protected too. Screw it. Whoop. We're out of mana at this turn anyway, so may as well all come back. Yes, yes, yes. All our Tolarian Winds are gone. That's why we were running that Bloodwater Entity. It possibly could Ultra Volcarine. That's a great idea, and that's why we're doing the show, because, you know, obviously I haven't thought of all the options. I've only had the list. I tell you, I came home so fast yesterday from work. I was like, I got to get online and play. It's been a long time since I, you know, had that kind of like fervor for, you know, an evening of putting something together and stuff. And like I said, it's by no means finished. This, I'm sure by the end of the show, we'll be mixing some different, what do you call, different lists in. But that's a super, super good idea. Hey, thank you, Whiskey Fool. That's that's awesome. I love when people use my swag that I've spent hours on. I did too. It's like, it's not the easiest thing to make emotes that work well. And I listen to all these tutorials, and oh my God, there was like 5 websites I had to up-res things through and down-res and make sure they fit, and black mode and or dark mode and normal mode. And it was crazy. They didn't block, so we're probably dead here. Yeah, by all means, suit it up, build it up, and report back. So most likely to face burn. It's the thing we're going to lose to the most, and that's, you know, another reason we're not jumping into a league. This is just all creativity today. All right, so this is burn, and you know, I thought we could go a little bit of green, and you could technically do it because you have Manamorphose, but with your, you know, weather the storm and stuff. But I was like, you know, I'm just gonna go in like this and see what goes down. Curse of Chain's not really going to do anything here. Just about everything's not going to do anything here. We're just going to replay it and hope that we get a little bit better. I've always had a thing for Clout of the Dominus. I love having evasion things that are protected. It's just, you know, too many, all those years of playing hexproof and infect and trying to save things and keep them out of the opponent's hands. I dig it. Good stuff. Hey, you know what? You know what card I'd missed was the Slippery Boggle. That might be I don't know, other than just triggering. I thought of the Footlight Fiend. That's another good one. If anybody's quick on the draw on the chat there, you can bring these up while I mention them, so people that are, save people from searching, I guess. But yeah, we won't play first. Let's see if we do any better here. All right, this is when we would want to have a careful study, but we got a mulligan this. Whoop. All right, Manamorphose, you're going to save our life a little bit here. We'll get out that Sifter and keep, I guess. You know, this is not going to be good till later. This can protect this part of the combo. I think I'm going to get rid of the Bloodwater here. Yo. Yeah, I thought the there's the Hopper something. He's a multicolor 1-drop, and you know, technically he can be like a 3/3 flying with Shroud, but it's like if you don't draw this, it's just one of the worst cards in Magic. And I was like, I'm not that roguish, so we'll go from there. Maybe they'll make a Chain Lightning mistake, and we'll be able to nab them with this hand, right? Lands are fighting us a little bit here. Add a mulligan. We just don't have much time against burn. I've got the Oompa Loompa song queued up, so you don't want to be humming it all weekend. Watch out. I've fallen out of favor with Martyr of Ashes. I think there's a lot better options now. Back in the day of, you know, gosh, what was it? Like dry spells and, what was the red one before? Like Trickery, Shuddering something. You know, it was a very good option, but yeah, Stream Hopper. And here we go. Well, we've got plenty of multicolor this time. Let's get our dude out. I don't take 1 damage. That'd be pretty funny, right? We'll put the colors out that we wish we had. Okay, I'm just going to do that since we didn't hit a land. I don't want to churn off just to do it. And this will help us get a little bit deeper too. And there we go. Cool. Thank you, deck. It worked. So yeah, that's the other thing about Sifters is it's a 2-mana 2/3 when it comes into play because of, you know, the second you discard something, it's activated. So it's pretty cool. It wasn't Seismic Shudder. I think that was it. Yeah, that used to be the electricity that people would lean on. Yep. The old West days when it was both stronger and weaker. Gosh darn it. We're looking at Clout just looking at us going, what are you doing? You don't know how to play Magic. Well, our mana's right, so we're feeling all right. I got the respect of those things. It's a strange card to bring in against it when you saw like a natural like 8/9 creature. It's like, those are counters, son. Not in a turn, junk. Actually, I think if Earthquake was, I mean, it would be a kill card in Pauper if it was made legal, but I don't think it would see a lot of play. I don't know. It'd be up there. I mean, anytime Cannonade shows up, you'd probably have it there. Give you that flexible option. Keep your guys alive, maybe. Who knows? Well, we don't have many options here. We do need to draw. Let me draw first. I might get a Izzet land or something like that. Okay. Well, I can get rid of one of those. I hate to get rid of an island, but at this stage, I'm going to. We'll play this out and bring out our Survivor. Survivor! Should have some horrible 80s song soundtrack to the top of the show, but no, I went with the typical propaganda theme song. Wah, wah, wah. Got a really cool night of fights here in the States with the UFC. There's not a main event or anything, but it's called a fight night. Sometimes they turn out better than the ones you pay a lot of money for. So one of my favorite fighters, local fighter right down the street here, Brian Ortega, is fighting. I love that guy. That guy's an artist. Even when he loses, it's like, whew, man. Is he poking at our dude? He is, dang it. What's the secret to beating the burn meta? Hot dog so fast and more consistent than ever. It sure is. Well, we had the build of it, I believe, last week. All the pro red and life gaming and stuff. Nope, we're going down. We're definitely not going to win this match. We might be able to pull off the game, but our two cards here are not looking very impressive. We do have a looting in the yard that helps. So worst comes to worst. Yeah, that's not very helpful, is it? Let me Manamorphose here. See what we get. Always yes, I'm gonna do this. Always yield. Now just come back to my hand. I shouldn't have to hit any more buttons. Okay, here we go. Blue red. Boom. Boom. All right, we got some food now. So we'll trip the looting and draw 2 free cards. I guess I'll throw both the red dudes back. And that's about it. What he's been tagging our dudes. We'd have a pretty big presence with Sifters and Survivor. You can see why I wanted to include Clout. You get that window where you can protect your investment. It's nice, and it's so organic because it brings everything back. I was just kind of like, oh my gosh, one of my favorite cards is like perfect for this. Yeah, I think Hot Dogs is kind of like I've mentioned this a few times in the years. It's a lot like Las Vegas, if you're familiar with the mega attraction / gambling house. I practically grew up in casinos, and the slot machines make noises for a reason. It's to cause excitement, and I think people see those turn 2 or 3 wins and just where the person seems like they've gained 8 life and they still die, and it's like, oh my god. And that's what you remember. You don't remember the slow beats or when it doesn't work and things like that. But not to say, I mean, it's definitely, if not tier 1, it's knocking on the door. It's very, very, very close, as we are to death right now. Look at all this damage we've done to our opponent. Don't you want to sleeve this up? It ain't about this. It's about what goes on in here. It's like a Christmas morning when I look at this list. I love it. Opponent's playing incredibly conservative, but I would too. It's not like we're putting a lot of pressure on them, and I think they're holding their targeted removal for our guys. That Stitchwing would be nice if he was out, because Martyr couldn't kill him, and then they couldn't attack. But we're closing in on death real quick here. Now we could kill something. That might be the best play. We can do 2 damage to the thing, but I'm sure we're dead next turn. So I'm just pointing that out so you guys know I saw that. I think I mean, we're just dead here. We've got to get some options going. So I'm gonna draw 2 cards and discard. Let's see if these come back. El Natural, always. Yes. Why does it ask me that? I did that one. It's so weird. Always yes. Okay, and now we draw 2. If we hit a land, that would be pretty sweet, but we didn't. Dang it. Yeah, we just lose here. Let's go off to another one. Oh, actually, let's... Yeah, I'll just jump into another one here. See what we're going to do. You know, I don't like to auto quit, but it feels like, you know, for the sake of the show, sometimes you almost want to just like not, you know, because you can write like no berm or mountains, please, but nobody reads those things. If you're new to Magic, and you could probably write your credit card and password and everything right here, and nobody would notice it. All right, let's see if mountains are in our future, as they seem to be all the time. I like this hand. A little clunky with only these guys and 2 loots, but our mana's right. We'll keep here. All right, that's a good sign. We might live to turn 4. Yeah, I agree with you, Captain Vlad Tepes. I think if my life was on the line and I could play both decks perfectly, I would probably lean on that one over hot dogs. We'll loot straight away because we have so much stuff we want to throw in the yard. There's one. And I really have learned to like having looting in my hand for that 1 mana just effect. So it'd be nice to have 2 of these out, but I'm going to throw out this one. Our mana's still not quite there, so might live to regret that, but we'll see. So if nothing changes, we're just going to drop the Sifters, drop the Bloodwater, and then start looking for things and making a lot of stuff happen. So even the Clout of Dominus on the Shipwreck Sifters, as you saw, gives it Shroud, which is the best of the 2 abilities. It's not like we're running home here, but you can, the haste thing could come into play with the Bloodwater Entity. I mean, it's a 5/5 prowess the second you do that. Just boink with haste and Shroud. The 2 important things. Oh, maybe this will be a fast game. It's a sacrifice deck, and we really need to draw our Clout. We need to get some Clout. Alrighty. Let's go with the Sifters and see if it's alive next turn. Maybe we can draw into something of relevance. This really reminds me of Pratchett lore. The luggage has all the feet coming out from underneath it. It's close. I wonder if the artist was wondering about that. All right. Well, we're going to have a lot of blockers, but obviously we're going to discard that. See, always yield. And straight away, it's out of disfigure range. Tell you a card that needs to see a little bit more play right now is Deadweight. You know, and Immolation's another option if you don't have black. If you need a kill 1 mana kill options, those are really good right now with Seekers, with Kiln Fiends, with, you know, they might be able to make it live for a turn. In case of Kiln Fiends, sometimes it's all they need. But EOT, it's dead. Oh yeah, Whiskey Fool. That deck can really get you. I see it be played all the time. Like I said, local guy Jameson plays it really well, and it's just fun to watch somebody that knows what they're doing with it. I think you ever see me play it on this show. Not my style, and I think my blood pressure go up too high just trying to think all the triggers and stuff. This one has quite a few. I guess I was just into it. Maybe I'd want to play it. But yeah, I wish I could go back in time and play this the first week that all these cards came out, because I think we're playing what? Well, quite a few cards that nobody's heard of. I'm a little afraid of like an Innocent Blood effect here. All right. I get that out of range pretty darn quick. We got 2 Elodians in the yard. I think I'm gonna invest one more turn here. Always yes, always yield. Nice. You know, won the match on the stack. That's the best way to win it. All the hundreds of thousands of games I've played of Pauper, I've probably had over 100 where it's that sort of like lava dart for one top deck. I just love those plays. Somehow more. It's like what they say in gambling, you know, money won is twice as sweet as money earned. So true. We may put a card from our graveyard on top of our library. We're going to skip on that. We may. I don't want to. No, we've already got 2 in our hand. And I'd rather draw just an island here. Alrighty. I'm not even going to attack here. Well, yeah, I probably should. Got to get in some damage here. I'm not going to block. And I think he's waiting for that Shambler to die of his own hands, not of my guy attacking. So, all right. I don't think I've seen that avatar before. What is that? Oh, it's a fist. I thought it was a treasure chest, like on fire with gold or something at first. Super value town, nested Shambler. I gotta quit sitting on my leg. Ugh. I think everybody has a posture from childhood that they kind of go back to. That's mine. But once you get into the 40s, it starts hurting your back at record speed. It used to take hours. Now it's minutes. So yeah, chat, you know, if you're digging this list, you know, start Googling the hell out of options, or if you're on Magic Online right now, and you know, just like, I forget who did it. Was it Captain or Whiskey Fool? Somebody mentioned Sacred Rites or whatever it was. The discard your whole hand, everything gets buffed. I don't think we have enough critters to really make that go wide strategy go down, but I'm sure there's quite a few cards I've missed, or I was like, huh? So next turn, I think we might be able to just keep back the Sifters and win through the air. It's the loose plan right now. We better do something. Okay, now let's see. That's cool. All right, let's loot. Sounds like the beginning of a David Bowie song. Let's loot. Put on your Eidolons and dance the blues. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. All right. Discard. Discard. Yo. I'll see your goif and raise you. Awesomeness. All right. Let's do the Morphose. Yo. There's a lot of whoosh going on. I dig this elemental, just hanging out in the elements. That's where I'd be. Looks like he's under a waterfall almost, or just a really creepy attic with. Either way, I like his choice of dwellings. Yep. Or if you can think of a cooler name than Eidolons. I mean, it's specific. Gosh. All right, so we got to get rid of those out of our hand. You know, our mana's right here. We'll play the mountain. We'll do a loot here. And I guess we'll Tolarian Winds. We're going to be losing 2 colorful dudes, but that's the one. Sounds good to me. Discard 2 cards. What sort of treachery is this? Izzet Charm. Man, maybe we can just kill here, huh? I gotta remember, this isn't Manamorphose. Of course. It's just, I get like 2 or 3 texts a week, and it's always on a damn Saturday right next to the mic. Can't believe it. Everyone that knows me that has my number knows, don't bug me on Saturday mornings. How many shows do I do this on, right? It's like every 3rd one, maybe. It cracks me up. All right, Decision Tree City. Man, oh man. Now we're cooking with gas or spirits. Yeah, Ultra Vulcan, you got the spirit. Man, I want to put that Cloud of the Dominus on quick like. Very quick like. Shoot. Not quite sure what the right play is here. If we do that, we get that back, and then we're just... We'll wins. Oh, that's asking me to do stuff. All right, let's see what we get here. Wouldn't like to really have this dude out, but that's all right. He's nice and fat. God, I wish we could protect him from, any sort of removal. We are playing against black. And we'll swing for 6 in the air. I mean, we could go over for the whole package. Maybe we do. Yeah, let's get him fearful. He could just have removal, cast down on that thing. This way he's going to have to choose. And we'll be in single digits, but move dangerously, right? It's funny how life works. I'm sitting there bad-mouthing Izzet Charm, and the next deck that really catches my eye is an Izzet Charm list. One Rough Bandit. Hello from Denmark. Super stoked to finally catching a stream. Such an awesome community. What are we playing today? Got a deck list? Oh, yeah, we got everything for you, buddy, and thanks for chiming in. One Rough Bandit. I like your name. Still doesn't beat Diakuba, though. That should just be a magic card. Some black thing with shadow. A Diakuba. Whiskey Fool. I like that name. It's pretty hard not to be a fool on whiskey, right? Oh, no. That's somewhat relevant. Damn it. Good news is I think we got the win in the air if we can just survive, or our guys can survive. It's just nice to not be playing against flames. Come on now. Here we go. Cunning Survivor is a fascinating card because it's just crap outside of this list. But, man, that unblockability. Last night, he got to 9 or higher in 3 out of, 5 games. I was like, yes. Yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking, One Rough Bandit. The Akuba, I think, is what it was called. But, you betcha. Well, that's what it's all about. Heck, if you can't hang out with like-minded fools and friends and have a good time, then what are you doing? Woo, I need some more coffee. Oh my gosh. So we went to a golfing range, the family. We try to go, I don't know, about every 2 weeks or so. What is this? I like seeing new cards. Demonic Gifts until the end of turn, 2/0, and gains when a creature dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Oh man, glad we're at 10. But anyway, so I play a decent golf game, especially for the little that I do it. I mean, I just made it sound like we go all the time, but this is a very recent thing. My wife got golf lessons, and so we go to the range, hit some balls, nice family time. She films me, and I look like a cold snake at the end of my swing. And I'm just all coiled up. Sorry for the mic hit there. It's atrocious. My results are okay, but oh my God, I have it's making me self-conscious. I can't fix it. You figure how many thousands of times I swung like that, and it's I almost need a brace or something that forces me to do a different angle or something, but it looks very unnatural, and yeah, I was very alarmed, to say the least. We don't really need to drop this because the game's going to be over real soon. So let's, yeah, just in case we get some good stuff here. All right, let's do this. Prowess will trigger. We'll still get our guys. And nothing's coming back from the yard. I'm so depressed. Wow, look at this. So we'll just hit for a bunch here. I mean, he could have Snuff out. So I'll probably drop the Survivor as a blocker. Chid 3! Speaker, the man himself. Woo! Hope you like my additions. Like I said, by no way am I finished brewing with this, but we'll go over your deck list too. I've got it in the, I like to make the deck list and then I copy it and then I, see what I want to change or whatnot. But yeah, no. We've been pimping you out all morning, my friend. Like I said, you made my Friday yesterday. I was like, oh, cool, a new video. And it was really slow in the middle of the day and I watched it and I was just salivating. I was like, I got to get home and build this. Yeah, it's been your baby for quite a few years. What's going on here? Is this guy waiting on triggers? All right, let's just see if we can attack here for the win with our little Terry Pratchett luggage Shipwreck Sifters. I'm almost positive that's what Swelfen Valhone. I'm not even going to try that. But I'm really liking Shade 3 since I've got you here. Cunning Survivor's been doing super good in this. It's like the little brother to this, and sometimes better. Really dig it. And unblockability is pretty awesome. All right, so we didn't need to draw that. We're going to say Golgari Sack. All right. Well, there's a lot of little dudes hanging out. These are the changes I'm on. I also like playing Clout here, Chid. So, you know, it's just yet another thing. And I lost the Wildfire package. We'll go over your list right after this since we've got you here. And I know you ran all 4 of these. And I've always loved this card. But, and I want to keep it in there. It's just, you know, you've only got 60 spots. So I was going on that. And I've got 1 Fuming for kind of Tron matchups and 1 in the side. And by all means, this could totally be wrong and stuff. So we'll bring in Curse of Chains because it'll trigger everything. Flying might be really relevant here. I'll take out the Effigy. Man, Faithless Looting is so good in this list. I don't know what I want to get rid of. These big bodies. There's not much. I can get rid of 2 of these. There's not much interaction going on. If it is, it looks like it's going to be more sack based, like he's probably running edicts and stuff. So, oh, you want to play you today? Deluxe test Rakdos list I've been working on. Hey, no problem, Pedro Struck. It's not that burn heavy. Don't worry. It's fine. I'll just bring super life. No, just kidding. It's like, I want to test, and like, here's the worst scenario. Yeah, I'm usually online, definitely in the evenings too, but I'm usually on a gin and tonic or 3, so I might do some misclicking. All right, we got to ship this. I don't know why I'm staring at it so long. Mulligan. All right, mana's right. Creatures are tight. And let's hope for mental might. How's that? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I run 8. Eidolon. Eidolon, Eidolon. Keep. Yo, we'll keep this. I wish we could just throw it in the graveyard. Why must it spite me so? We really like our creatures here. Do I pitch the Boilerworks? I want to keep this. I'm going to pitch the Boilerworks. Or not pitch it. Ship it. We're on the draw, and we'll go like that. And I added 1 mountain, lost 1 island, but that's also because I'm running a little bit heavier red up front with Faithless Looting. Here we go. Well, we've got 1 thing we can loot for free. Let's start off and make the most out of our mana. Boink. Hey, no turn 1 creature. It's looking good. Discard 2 cards. Oh, man. Well, this one's obvious. Do we get rid of Cursed Chains? I think we do. This is our kill card in this matchup, and this is going to be our big blocker, so I want to leave those 2 alone. We've already discarded this. I'll get rid of it. Chains. Let's go. Yeah, I've been finding them often enough. Especially, remember I'm running looting too. I think, did yours run all 12 or was it 10? I forget. Bum, bum, bum. Thought of running like Fling or something like that. But I think that Effigy is the way to get around a lot of Tron style stuff. But again, I have a total of probably less than 10 games with this, so 12, that's right. Yeah, well, like I said, I've got yours loaded up in the deck there. All right, let's see what we can do here. Cunning Survivor, thank you for showing up. Although I think Sifters might be a little bit better right now with this board state, so we'll do this. Really getting frightened of that Bazooka Bog that we know is main. Sorry about that. Something stuck from breakfast and I can't quite clear my throat. All right, come on, let's hit a land. I don't know what we're going to pitch here. I like it all. Oh, that could help find everything. I'm going to get rid of a survivor, even though I love the card so much. Oh, that's right, because we didn't discard a spirit. Darn it. Oh, well. Well, we're going really slow, but thankfully our opponent is too. Like I said, if you like anything to do with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and that Oompa Loompa song, we've got one that's magic-based at our first break, which will be after this, because I got to go get some more coffee to clear my throat, because sure nobody likes me sounding like some Russell Terrier. All right, here we go. Ooh, up. There's another sifter, but let's get things rolling here. Let's, I'm just going to start off with this here. I'm just trying to find some land at this point. Okay. Blue, red. Boop, boop. Okay, we like that. I'll turn that mountain here. Is he going to kill it? Oh, he's cycling. Okay. Oh, man. Darn it. Well, before we do that, let's go over the lists here, since we got everybody in chat. So yeah, here's the, so I'm running 4 of these and 4 of the red ones and 1 of the effigy and then 1 Stitchwing and everything else. But I think I got about 3 extra, yeah, or 2 extra because I'm running Clout, which I'm really, really, really liking. It is obscene when it's on this because it gives it Shroud and Haste and the Prowess, and it's like a, what is that, a 5/5 on the first, if you can do it all at once. I mean, it's, but the other thing is, you know, these guys obviously get blocked by just about, you know, everything under the sun because they get so ginormous, but this one gets evasion and can't be blocked. And so it's really fun to put this on there, and then it's, you know, permanently has Shroud and represents a pretty good clock. So that's what I'm liking. And then, you know, the looting, the Morphous, the charm, the winds, pretty easy to get these in the yard. So that's what I'm finding anyway. But I'm going to go over Chid 3's original list here. So same lands except 1 more island, 1 less mountain. We still got this, 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 and this. He's got these. He's got 2 border posts, which for you old timers out there, you might have to do a little double take and be like, but I like the interaction of the Clouded Dominus a lot more. It just seems like it did more, and yeah, just pretty cool. But he runs all let's see, yeah, 3 of the, or 4 of those and 4 of these, and then 4 of these. So you run all 12. Then he runs all 4 of these, and yeah, and then 4 Stitchwings, and then our sideboards are the same. So yeah, I was just really, really, really tickled with this list, and so much so that way down here, I made a list. I recommend you guys do this too. I call it like a grab bag or toolbox. And so when you have an idea, because, you know, sometimes you're making a list and you get these ideas and there's only so much paper and you throw paper away and stuff. Sometimes it's neat to have a little thing like this where it's just like kind of like all the options that you could kind of throw into something like this. And, you know, you've got silly cards that, you know, are just options, but, you know, because it's, you know, I even thought this old timer Frostburn Weird, that's still a really good card. And it was in a few versions I had there. So yeah, and green might be a very good sideboard with all the red running around, and you can have something like what do you call what am I trying to say? Weather the Storm. Speaking of Weather in the Storm, I hope you like earworms, because here comes one based on the Oompa Loompa. I'll be right back after some coffee.
Screw flood, all I can do. I've got a magic puzzle for you. screw flood, what should you keep? Choose incorrectly, you will soon weep. What do you get when you keep 7 lands? A perfect curve from an opponent's hand. 4 mulligans, and we'll see what you get. 3 basic lands and a gun, blood, pet. I don't think I'm keeping it. Screw blood, what should you do? Bad luck is always opposing you. Screw blood, by the long face. 2 badger spells don't all have retrace.
Live from Propaganda Studios, this is Property. Now entering the studio are today's contestants: a Goblin Gardener from the Plains of Alara, an Auramancer from the Serra Isles, and a Necromancer from the Dross Swamplands. These 3 contestants will compete today on Property. And now, here's the host of Property, Deluxe Ekoff. And we're back. That was a fun show. If you look back on our YouTube channel, we did play Property. I made a whole game show out of it and stuff, and people in the chat loved it. Oh my God, the YouTube views were like, and so I dusted that old promo off, and I'm going to start using it as a little tongue-in-cheek moment there. So yeah, I've been, like I said, liking the list a lot. Here we go. Game 3. I'm coffeeed up. Throat's back to normal. Let's go. Yo. Hopefully you guys can get that song out of your head. I'm like running through the house, grabbing coffee, humming it to myself. Like, how much time do I have? Like I said, I've always liked treating this like a TV broadcast, especially with my background. So, Boilerworks. You jerk. Mulligan. All right, Faithless Looting might let us keep this. Do we want to? We're on the draw. Let's keep. This ain't no money game. Woo! I guess well. Those are fine. Sometimes I wish I had a time machine. I could just fast forward. Like, what am I going to be playing next week? Or what will this list look like then? And let me play it now. All right. Our deck is really fighting us early here. Was a double mulligan. Let's see if we can find some lands. These little things that make mana. Good grief. Well, at least we've got some options to throw out. I do love that. Faithless Looting is so easy in this deck. Turn 1, just fun. Normally, it's that decision. You're like, no. Am I making any sense? Who knows? All right, let's play the propaganda emoji game. Come on, people. Use those things. You click on that little smiley face in the chat and enjoy the swag. Hiya! Let's do it again. Woo! Well, I guess we do this. Opponent's like, what on earth is this guy playing? And this is the one card I really don't want because it's just, they're going to have 10,000 blockers. Might be a little exaggeration there. There we go. Whiskey Fool's on it. Make this old player happy. And like I said, that was such a frustrating week making emojis. And then I made some for my nephew who's a musician. Once I really knew what I was doing, and I'm such a clean freak digitally that, I sent it to him, tossed him, and then some weird timeout thing happened. He didn't have them. I'm like, I ain't rebuilding those, dude. It's like 8 hours of my day there. Is that the only one that's there? There we go. All right. Well, we're kind of stuck doing a whole lot of nothing, but Manamorphose is going to help us out. We ain't going to be alive too much longer. Always yes and always yield. I just hit an island. That would be really nice. Didn't I just say? Stop. Auto yes or yield. I said yield. And it's still making me click yes. Click nice and slow here. We'll say blue, red. Man, this thing is fighting us so hardcore. I think we try to just get our mana right. Yeah. I mean, we could drop the sifters here. But I'm going to do this. There we go. All right, let's throw these out. We don't need to give them new knowledge. Mana's right. Stitchwing in the house that might be relevant. That Fuming Effigy might want to come down instead. we're not really going up against removal. And it represents a trade with the Lizalana. Captain Vlad Tepes with Wiki Bear. I love it. There we go. Forgot about that one. We have like 4 or 5 of those in the can thanks to the Conan O'Brien show. And so much fun. Actually, I think we might want to just get our sifters online. Let's see what we draw. It all comes down to that anyway. We're not going to... We probably won't pull this one off unless they're really shy about attacking and Timberwatch or life gain doesn't show up. I think this is the list I saw. I think you... This is the one you lost, Chid? I'm not sure. I know you won one of the games, but... I know Shiraz, I believe, has his own little emote. Took his handsome mug and made him into an emote, if I'm not mistaken, too. But those might not be unlocked, as they say. All right, I guess at this stage... Boy, that only having one of these hurts. Let me, let's do this. Well, hold on. If we do the other thing, we'll get a big old body. If we drop this, I guess we could dominate. And we would be drawing one thing. Get some air power going. Not quite sure what the right play is. We've got to stop this ground attack, though. I mean, I know Elves is rough. All right, I'm going to commit to the blocker plan. And we'll see what happens. I'll discard a spirit. Because this one's specific. Sometimes I forget that. I like my Cunning Survivalist or whatever that card is. Because you can discard anything. Okay. And we will discard... Yeah, sure. I'll discard that. And pretty soon... We'll do some stuff here. All right, let's just make this unblockable man. Always yes. Yep. Come on, Faithless Looting. All right, now we can at least sit back and not have to worry too much. But see, I want a looting right now. Drop that effigy and we might be able to... what's this? Uh-oh. Time to get run over. Essence Warden, that's bad news. Our Fuming Effigy might be able to keep up. And by might, I mean not. But it's a nice theory. They're getting to that stage pretty soon where they can just charge and take losses. Always cracks me up when I'm playing online and somebody will, they'll have a board like 10 times bigger than this, and I have one creature that can live through anything, but they won't attack. And it's like you swing twice, you just win. They must have lost a lot of money in the stock market or had some traumatic event where they just like play it safe for your whole life. I'm a bit more of a gambler myself. Y'all see me. Okay, game's over. We've got to lean on Wildfire so hard here. Maybe they'll misread Shroud and think it has unblockability, right? Well, there goes our air attack plan. I think it's Fuming Effigy to the rescue. Problem is, we need a lot more mana. We need to be able to play that and then cast Winds, too. We're dead next turn, but it was fun. Da, 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 da. Yeah, if we play this dude, every time we're getting stuff back, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Let's Winds now. No, I want to get that guy out. This is so frustrating. I'm just going to get him out. I mean, we lose next turn anyway. We're just going to get overrun. And we'll make them think we've got something. I should just be scooping here, but... make them think that one red is some awesome thing that doesn't exist. Oh, don't tap anything. Just attack and win. Maybe it'd be one of those squeamish players, right? There's the small chance that whatever I block is what they want to assassinate with the Timberwatch, but oh, he's got that. I see. I'm such an old schooler. Sometimes I don't even remember that there's different art for this. But boink, and we lose this one. Go to the sideboard, which I should just do straight out of the gates. 21. Is that all? I get it. You don't need to waste everyone's time. Says the guy who knows he's going to die and still goes through the attack, right? All right. Obvious play here. These come in. I like this guy in this matchup. These are going to be completely useless. I can just untap with the Quirion Ranger, and even that being said, most of their abilities are static. So that's about it. We're not going to be messed with very much here. So I don't believe the Shroud's going to be all that important, but I think we lose all of these. So technically we're going to lean real heavy on this Flying Ova and the Survivor. These are going to be our drawbacks. I think I'll get rid of one of those. Boop. Here we go. Elves is rough. Very rough. All right. Let's see what we can do here. And we're screwed again with Mana Mulligan. Boy, am I glad I'm not in the league. This is the kind of hand that always happens in round one. It's like, hey, look at all this stuff you can't do. Mulligan. Okay, finally, good. I won't be casting that Winds anytime soon. I won't be attending that hat convention in July. All right, keep. Put 2 cards. Winds. It's nice knowing you. We'll start like that. Say done. It's like, hey, remember that bad matchup? Yeah, here's a double mulligan. It's rare that you want to loot turn 1 in a lot of lists, but this is the exception. It's like, and we're off. Start your engines. Hey, a bit late. All right. And Chimpskey, cake with the sun. That's always time better spent than looking at this ball guy. Glad to have you with us regardless. Such foresight. Thank you, One Rough Bandit. That was a pretty rough edit. That was a hard one to do. Hey, look at this. We might be able to do some damage. Cunning Survivor. And away we go. Not a card we want to see. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I would say that our local store didn't want me to attend because I kept warning them, like, you know, I got to get to bed pretty early on Sunday nights because it's going to change soon. But my day starts at like, 5:30 in the morning, and they just kept moving it back, and I'm like, we just can't attend. It's like even if the tournament ends quickly, it's like 11 at night, and then we got to drive back, and then it takes an hour to go to sleep, and it's not going to start the week that way. I mean, they went from noon to 1 to 2 to 6, and then, oh no, now we'll make it 7. It's just like, hey, leave me alone. All right, let's fill up our hand a little bit here. Boop, boop. We'll get these guys back. Always yield. Now it's going to ask me repetitively to do it again. Yes. Boom, boom. Okay, that dude showed up. That's pretty cool. Let's do... Oh, yeah, I kind of screwed that one up. Forgot those aren't in my yard yet. Oh, well. I'll throw those down. He becomes unblockable. Play this. Our kill card will be coming up. And he'll get back our Eidolons too. Say it with me, Chid 3. Eidolon. And yes, I did look that up and do sound alikes. Ayukara. Thanks for joining us. A very fun, inspired list based on a love child of Chid 3. He's been brewing something like this for a long time, and I saw... We just went over his deck list, and this is my take on it. So go like and subscribe to Chid 3. when he comes up with videos, a lot of new ideas on that channel. You're going to see very, very little standard what's on MTG Goldfish. It's going to just be all awesomeness. Yeah, Pedro Struck, it's just driving me nuts. It worked yesterday, and then this morning it's just like, no, I don't know what's... I mean, if anybody knows that, it's me. I know all about that. All right, I'm just going to invest here. I'll do the tricks next turn for maximum carnage. Okay, let's see. Is it even asking me? Okay, that one's good. So that should just come straight back. I don't know if I even did it to this one. Nope, I did. Yep. And here we go. We'll yield to this one. Oh yeah, I've got to choose something. Morphos looks pretty good. Charm looks really good, especially with our hand. I think I'll choose Charm. Actually, I'm going to choose Looting. I just kind of want to draw a land here. We've got the Winds. I'm going to say cancel. Oh yeah, I still choose it, and then I say, it's like, do you want to use it? It's like, then I don't have to. Do you want to use it? Not really. No. Boop. All right, let's attack. He wants a triple block. I'm very cool with that. Ayukara, I saw something in my inbox, but it's like everybody knows I've been crazy busy, and there's a what's his name? There's a tournament somebody wants me to help start, like kind of a creative tournament, not just bring kill decks. I think that might be kind of cool, like have a sub Pauper ban list for a tournament where to force games like this where you have like true creativity and somebody's not just, Xeroxing stuff off the net. I mean, so many times you have to just use what works. I get it, especially when money's on the line, but you never want to stop brewing and creating, and this is what today's show is all about, and especially this list. Come on over, sucker. All right. I like this. I like this a lot. Well, we drew a land. We've got to empty our board. I'll play this. I'm just going to do this. Yeah, that doesn't really get us anything. Let's play it just because we're going to lose it anyway. I mean, it doesn't trigger our combo here, but we can at least get double red and turn on this thing. Well-Wisher's going to have something to say about that, but we could, we do have the, the volcanic fallout, whatever the card is. Red. There's that. Okay. Let's Winds. Throw all these in the yard. And hopefully we get maybe a Morphose or a Izzet Charm. That's Cunning Survivor is just like, it's on steroids all of a sudden. 3, 2, oh! Okay. I guess we Charm here. Booyah! It's working! I feel like a mad scientist. Thanks again, Chid3. Like I said, this deck made my week. Okay. Yep. Oh, that one I didn't set. Yes. 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 And now we draw 2. Whoosh. Discard 2 cards. Boop, boop. Zoop. Quite a bit of good damage, but, he's got double life gain package here, so we're not out of the woods yet, folks. But see how much Faithless Looting is awesome in this build? I mean, it's an awesome card. Let's be very clear. But as we come over for 12. Yeah, give the love to Chid3. I just saw inspiration, and this is my take on it. So suit it up. Download it. If you're watching this on YouTube later, just look right underneath under show more info and you'll see all our, the deck lists and places to get propaganda playmats and all kinds of stuff. In other words, I put way too much thought into a lot of these, into all of my videos. I want to be proud of them when I'm dead and gone, if that makes any sense. I want them to hold up, stand the test of time. Uh-oh, we don't have any turns left. Where is our... Why am I forgetting the name of that card? Cannonade, to the rescue. I think we just have to lean on that right now, unless he's like... He could be hoarding with that Birchler Rangers. They could have Hydroblast. They could have Rapid Vigor. They could have all kinds of stuff. And they're going to have to. All right. We need to find some goods here. Let's... Hold on. I guess we do this no matter what. I'm going to make sure we really favor red mana here. Yes. Let's see. Red. I'm going to go red. That's cool. It's not what we need, though. So let's go get something we need. Looting. Ha! Show me the card. Come on, where is this thing? We have 3 of those. We're halfway through our deck. All right, we'll discard this and this. And we just lose here. Don't have enough damage to really, punch this through. Although we're not dead next turn, I got to stop thinking like that. It's almost too many options. Do I just loot here? Could get that effigy out and really start having some fun, and might be able to win next turn. I think I'm going to go that route. Represents a big body. We're not, sitting here trying to combo off against a Well-Wisher and the Essence Ward. It's pretty folly. So, we got any Jesper Sentinels? Nope. Coast is clear. We're out of here. He doesn't have a Aquarian Ranger, so I'm just trying to keep his life total in check. This guy's like life insurance. Once he's out, you're just like, oh yeah. So every time those Eidolons come back, he's going to be pinging them for 1. But nothing's going to matter unless we find our... God, here I go again. What the F is it? Damn card. Driving me nuts. Cannonade. Fiery Cannonade. Fiery Cannonade. I think I focused too much on saying Eidolon the right way. Yeah, I was so bummed out when Chid 3 stopped making videos there for a while, but always been a sideboard fan of him. What does that even mean? Just in the sidelines, that's what I mean. All right, come on. Can we do some stuff? Just let me top deck it. Come on, show up. Well, that's a pretty good card to show up. We'll loot here. Turn it on prowess. Okay. Come on. Hit it. We gotta hit it. Come on. Where are these cards? Good grief. Well, we do have one more out here. Play this. Oh, we don't have enough mana. Oh man, that's frustrating. God dang it. Well, maybe we just build a fat board. We're not going to win via damage here, are we? This might find it. Let's do this. We lost the first one, but as Chid 3 will tell you, Elves is almost an auto loss here. So we'll discard this. Of course, we couldn't just draw the Cannonade there. Dang it. Yeah, I think I'm just going to flood the board here. Do this, and then I'll just drop Clout. Let's play Clout on... Yeah, we'll put it on our entity just in case they've got some cool way to do stuff. Always yes, always yield. As our Fuming Effigy is doing some work. Yes. Yes. All right. Note to self. I'm going to play all 4 cannonades. This is ridiculous. We are halfway through our list and we haven't seen one of them. We got a lot of blockers. Why are we going to need it? Shroud Haste 6/6 flyer. What format is this? Sarah Angel, eat your heart out. I don't think we can survive. Can we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We might be able to survive. Let's get after it. Woo! Ha! Oh man, we got a discard. Yes. This artwork's so cool. Always yield. We got him to 9. Uh-oh, and now the game's over. Let's see what the Santa Claus brought to the kiddies. Rappin' Vigor. Okay, so we know they're a little out, so... Yeah, we're not winning this game, but it's a lot of fun. Hey, chat, come on, let's come up with a cool name for this list. Eidolons is descriptive but boring. Call it Trigger City. Wow, got a little reprieve from the governor there. That was nice. Okay, gosh, we just have like no interaction here. All right, let's loot. I think that's really like our only play here. Do they have a Jesper Sentinel? We have so many things going on, we can't see what's up. All right. Always yield. Come on, what's going on here? Get shifty. Sifty. I like it, Born Prime. Who was asking if we have enough Eidolons to make it work? Too many, I say. Discard 2 cards. All right. These lovely ladies look beautiful. I think the sheer size of some of our dudes is scaring our opponent into like not playing very aggro here. So, alrighty, we're most likely to. We don't have 1 blue spells, but we got 1 red. Come on, let's go. Keep their life total in check a little bit. Hey, there's a Cannonade. Discard 2 cards. All right. Bonk, bonk. Hey. Okay, so we got a 7/8, a 6/6, 5/3. Feeling pretty good. Thanks a lot, Fiery Cannonade. But yeah, we know they've got Rappin' Vigor in their hand. Do they have the mana? They sure will next turn, won't they? Yeah, and they got double rangers out, so we're going to have to find double Cannonade to make this work. And we can. There's only 26 cards left, boys and girls. Telling you that Effigy is doing some work. Usually I bring it in against Tron and style or Foglocks, but this is feeling pretty good. All right, let's dance, sucker. Can't be blocked. Can't be blocked. We ain't winning this game. Let's go have some fun. Maybe they'll make a bad play. Horrible advice, is that right? Just hope your opponent does bad things. Oh, hey, look at that. I didn't know we had it. Oh, you said it great, Seraphim. Maths. Sometimes you just forget to count. It's like you could kill him now. It's like, oh yeah, hey, look at that. They already used their activation. I had 1 out and I accidentally took it. That was pretty funny. Play of the day, play of the day. Where are you, Cannonades? All right, so this is when I get superstitious and I just put these in weird spots thinking that somehow the coding will go my way. And if you put winds between your mountains, then you always win the next game. Are we going to suffer the same fate as Chid 3? I think he lost 1 and then lost. I figure any win against the green min in this list is going to be good. Okay, well, the blue's fighting us a little bit, but I think we keep this hand. Whoop. Better to be lucky than smart. Yeah, I should get that tattooed. It's that movie where that guy has that, it says no regrets. It's a tattoo on his chest. Some comedy movie I saw. And that guy looks at it, reads it. His daughter's dating this guy, and he's like, really? Not one? He just kind of like, have you ever looked in the mirror? That's something that sure has had an interesting timeline in my life, is tattoos. It used to just be for, like, you know, people that either served hard time, or that was about it. Bikers, you know. Now it's just like, so like, you're weird if you don't have one. I don't have one, but I've always been weird. It's funny, just in like 20 or 30 years, the culture. There's a guy that plays at one of our local stores. He's got the magic symbol, the pitchfork looking one, right on his forearm. I'm like, whoa, that's a commitment. That is hardcore. And in scenarios like this, we can afford to play reckless, because we can just pitch this baby about as slow as you can go here. That was a fun win. I'll have to replay that. I usually don't watch my shows back, but that one, it'll be funny to just see, like, hey, look who doesn't know how to count. It's me. I almost brought a Azorius Blink deck that I've been brewing around. Very inspired by one of Snapbolt's builds, but I've been really getting into that Bugler, the white card, and I almost did well, I'm brewing a version of Azorius Boys. As you guys know, I play that about every 4 or 5 months. It usually crushes pretty hard. I don't know why people don't run that, but it's pretty awesome. There's a list on our old videos called Super Bully, and it used Kilnfiend Tribe, Seeker of the Way, Tethmos High Priest, and a whole lot of, you know, awesomeness. And thinking maybe that even too. All right, we're taking 5. Man, what turn is this? Jeez, this just seems like this is happening so fast, but that's what Elves does. All right, they've already got the defense mechanics out. I guess the best roll here is just Survivor, Loot, go. This for a blocker, right? Keeping very close tabs on what mana we're using. Boink. We'll do that. Ooh, Jasper Sentinel, you have forsaken me. We might have to use that Izzet Charm on the Birchlore Ranger, depending on the cadence of the turn. Our opponent only has 1 card in their hand. Feeling all right here. Okay, we can get rid of one of these. And I guess a looting. I really hate doing that. We can always get it back. Always yield. I wish those were counters, but his friend's right behind it there with the Sifters. We still got Chid 3 in the chat. I know. People got things to do. I can get a little long-winded. What defines a bully deck? Yeah, the whim. If I just feel like alliteration is pretty much the requirements. Nah. I just think very aggro-based and shoving people off the board. Most decks fall under some sort of bullyish category. Yeah, I had so many. It's like somebody wrote an article or something about it. I don't know what happened, but I got like 4 or 5 like messages about just kind of the historic this, that, and the other, when did it start, how to come up with it, that sort of stuff. And it was weird. Somebody somewhere was. All right, we're going to have to be in blocking mode here straight quick. What? These Sifters, I want to loot first in case I can discard a Eidolon. So, yes, I think that's the right play. Let's do this first. And no. Okay. Boy, that really blows. Oh, we can just loot here if we get rid of the other stuff. Yeah, let's get rid of these. Play this. Loot again. Oh, come on. Where's the goods, people? Oh, we won't be needing these. Now I do this. Okay, come on, be a... Ah, you jerk. We're going to lose. We'll get rid of winds. Our Bloodwater Entity will get it back. As we could attack, but... we're going to block here just to stay alive. That's so frustrating. Oh, good. We still got you, Chid 3. Sorry. I get a little lonely in the chat sometimes when the text stops going by. I'm like, boo-hoo. All right. Well, I believe I'm going to block a few things. This looks like he's got some Alpha Strike going down here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Let's do that. I think that's the smartest block. And we're dead. Crunch. Another perfect 0. Hiya! Okay. I'm going to go get some more coffee. I suggest you do the same. We'll be back to play these awesome lists inspired by Chid 3 in just a minute. Enjoy. I think it's the Avon Rift Watchers.
Upgrade your next meal to perfection. Cast Searing Spice to instantly enchant any meal. Defend your food from boredom. Get Thermo Alchemist Searing Spice. And untap the flavor.
Available at Singular Superstore and Marasas Market.
And we're back. Woo! Look at that timing. Okay. Ugh. This is awkward. I gotta ship this. You got no way of really doing anything till like turn 4. Mulligan. Let's look for an active hand here. Alright, I'll keep this. We can at least drop a survivor. Guess we'll get rid of the Stitchwing at this stage. Done. Hiya! Forest. Infect. We can't do nothing against Infect. Meaning we don't have any cards. We got to, if they only knew our hand, right? They're probably like, oh God, it's hot dogs. They probably got 4 lava darts in their hand. Nope. We have no interaction. This is a selfish list that's super creative and we love it. Probably about a set or 2 away from getting up there with like Cycle Storm. Getting close. Wee bit clunky. Next turn's going to really hurt because if we don't draw a land, we're going to have to kind of show our hand with that Boilerworks play and let them know that they're safe as can be. We can put Clout on the on the elf here, but no, seriously, you guys need like any sort of mental reset or just kind of a kick in the creative pants, Download this deck list, this one or Chid 3's, and go like and subscribe to him, please. And then me, but in that order, preferably. I still remember what that's like when starting out in the YouTube days and being kind of too far in the background. Ooh. What's it got? Reckless Charge? Man after my own heart, maybe? Now I was thinking with all the PC stuff happening in the world where everybody's via narcissism just has to be just this super special, I'm a blankety blank or identify whatever. I was looking at magic cards and it says his or her hand in a lot of, whenever it's talking about your opponent. And it's like, I sure hope things don't keep going along this route to where they have to reprint all these magic cards and it's like paragraphs of how people can identify. So can we just keep it to his or her? Alrighty. Let's bring out the goods. I think I'm just going to lead with Sifters here. Obviously getting rid of Eidolon. Yo. And we'll get rid of Eidolon. Whoosh, whoosh. Check it out. We're almost dead. We're going to have to do some stuff here. Do we really want to protect that at this stage? That'll bring it back to our hand. I don't know really for what purpose other than just hitting harder, I guess. Yeah, maybe it'll make a difference. Maybe make him stop attacking for a turn. I don't know. Always yes. Always yield. I'm not going to touch nothing else. Let's see if it keeps working. Always works that first time. All right. Here we go. Ouch. Well, there's a forced block if I ever saw one. Ooh, look at this. Good for you. I love seeing infect. Boink. Getting through nice and easy. All basics. I like it. Groundswell for the old school. Might of Old Crochet is a thing too. You want to go, that came back. A lot of people missed that on the radar. Okay. Stop me if you've heard this one before, but no, you know what? We've got some options for a deck like that one. I think we'll bring in all these. I mean, we are going to want to see it. We won't be doing too much air attack. I'll get rid of him. Get rid of all of these. It's not much targeting going on. The Curse of Chains kind of takes the spot of this as far as being a multicolored spell to trigger our multiple Eidolons. Might of Old Crochet. Thank you for that, Chimpskey. Always appreciate you being Johnny on the spot. Sifters. These things can get so big that the infect persist counters and stuff might be able to live through a lot of that. So 2 kill cards, and we want this for a blocker. I don't think we're going the effigy plan in this one. I like this. Let's go. Yes. Oh, a kick in the crotch. Well, we got our flyers and we got some interaction. We're feeling all right. I guess we throw back one entity. I don't want to throw anything in the yard yet here, so. Hexxen Rouge, all right. Great to see you, my friend. We'll keep. Throw back the entity. Done. Woo! So glad to have you with us. All right, let's do this exciting play where we pass the turn. Maybe make them hesitate. I've been playing Magic for ages. Magic Online since the day it came out. I'd never noticed it says their name here. I like that. Barry Saxey. I take offense to that. Boy, we're just, what a stuffed turn 3 this is. At least there's no infect critter down, right? Make them have it. Play Mind Collapse, yeah. Boop, boop, boom. Seal the Strength. And then kind of Creature Light here. What's going on? A lot of board investment. Getting pretty scary over there. I'm glad I just get to get some of our pieces down here. We don't have anything for that entity to bring back. I guess we could do this. I don't know if I want to waste a Manamorphose on Don't really want to be bringing it back, but whatever. We'll go red. Sure. Hey. All right. Hey, that's good for shooting things, right? Somebody told me once. I forgot I always use this as the Faithless Looting ability, but we can do 2 damage to stuff. That might be relevant. Do I want to bring that back? Nah, I'd rather just draw land. No. But we do represent at least some sort of a clock here. Hopefully our opponent just has what would you call it? A Costco of awesome pump and everything, and then just 1 critter and I can protect it and he can't do anything and you never draw it. At least that's what happens to me. That is one pretty forest. Oh, so is that one. Blight Mamba. That forest. Why don't you put them on there? I put them on Apostle's Blessing. Probably a few. Make them have it now. You can always just seal a strength of thing too. Yeah. I think we loot here. Let me do this here. I'll bring back an island. Charm's nice, but it's not really too interactive here. Well, let's loot first. This might change our opinion. We're stuck with that survivor play here, but we're not going to be blocking with that one. We will block with the other guy. Those big fat backsides are pretty nice too. Let's go. This Pauper Classic Tuesday coming up is going to be one of the very last ones I'm able to attend. If everything goes according to plan, I'm going to have my work shift is going to be in office like Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays. Of course, it's on a Tuesday. And then I've got Wednesday, Fridays always remote. Oh, this is cool. I like this. Discard 2 cards. Now, I'll discard the Cunning Survivor. And I guess the island. We'll drop this. Come on, be an Eidolon. Be an Eidolon. Yes! Woohoo! Better lucky than good. Don't know if I should. Alright. 4 cards. Man, that is so much damage coming at us. And he can just... well, I'm just going to have to block it. Or just take it. I think I have to block with the entity here. He's going to have trample, though. That's going to be just a 2/2. I have to block with the other dude. This stuff's going to live no matter what, so... Hey, Chimpskey, good to have you back. It's been a while. All right, good times. I don't think we're winning this one, folks, but I warned you at the top of the show. This isn't about the win-loss category. This is about sheer creativity and awesome, interesting, cool. La Conquista, there you are. Good to have you with us, my friend. And I got your email. Many others. I'm just swamped right now. Running a home Pauper tournament. Hey, how cool is that? That's awesome. Tell us more about it. That's cool. Oh, you actually just made those 2 decks and then they win it. That's fascinating. All right. Well, they're not going crazy this turn. Maybe we got a shot at this, huh? At least we can shoot off that Cannonade and get some credit, right? Oh, the worst that can happen here. I want him to kind of go off here. I'm not going to block. Pump your dudes. Do it. Use that seal. Yeah, I think we have to Cannonade here. Ooh, this is very interesting. This just got fascinating. We can just charm here. Except for yours. Let's draw. Sure, let's just draw here. Well, we'll get our shipwreck dudes nice and fat. Always yes and always yield. Okay. I'll say red, blue, I guess. Blue and red. Better off dead. Oh, we could. If we did that, that gets really big. Got a looting in the yard. I think we have to do this damage now. Izzet Charm coming through. Yeah, I'm a college professor, says Chimpskey. I forgot to say what day it was. Saturdays? Summertime. Oh, yeah. There you go. Is it going to die? We should be able to kill one of these. 2 damage. 2. I wish we had one more mana. Yeah, why not? Maybe he'll mess up some trigger, right? All these things, and we're not getting back anything. We're just kind of forced to try to make them use resources on their end here. I wish that Sifters was getting bigger. Okay, well, we prevented quite a bit of pain. That was 7 infect that we just prevented. All right. Do I just stick around here? I think I do. Well, we're only at 1 infect. Let's be a little aggro here. Don't want to just wait around and block and die. Remember what happened with the elves match, right? Just all of a sudden I win. I'm like, oh, whoa, hey, look at that. Good times. My wife always rolls her eyes when I wear this shirt. It's just this old NASA, like, it's so comfy though. It's just soft, and every time it's out of the wash, I'm like, I'm wearing it. So much so I bought another one, and it didn't feel the same. It's not a through the washing machine sort of thing either. It's, well, all right, let's do it. He wants to spend that on that. I'm more than happy to do that. What a classic. Ugh, God, that's disgusting. White bordered giant growth. Ugh, my goodness. Well, this will be a fun turn, eh? Best things come to those who wait. I don't see a reason to do this. I'm going to keep the fear of God in him here, and we'll just Cannonade now. Bloodwater Entity, always safe. You got mutagenics galore? You do not. Take that, sucker. Woo! All right. Man, we got it. Our deck's kind of fighting us here. All right. All right. All righty. Let's go. We've got one more out. Boop, boop, boop. Actually, we haven't been over the deck list in case anybody's joining us here. So, Chid 3, again, please go like, subscribe to him, and then to us. He had this brew. Kept me company all Friday, and I loved it. And I did played about 4 times. And there were just some things that play style, no knock on, might be the better version. I don't know. His sideboard had a lightning axe, though. I thought that was pretty cool, but I just kind of went more classic on mine and such. So my build, the one we're playing today, only has 1 Stitchwing, and the sideboard has a bit more colorful options to bring back the Eidolons here. We're a little clogged in the 2-spot, but it's all right. We've got the looting. We've got the Clout of Dominus. A lot of times people don't know this card. Gives Shroud to blue creatures, and if it's red, it gains 1/1 in haste. 1/1 for the blue trigger as well. But these are brutal on some of these cards, like the Bloodwater Entity, namely, but you can always throw them on a Cunning Survivor, which is usually my second target for it, because then it has Shroud, and it's like anytime you're doing anything this deck does, it's getting ginormous. So yeah, I've just been having a lot of fun with this list. So cheap too. I mean, you want to just go grab it. Good times. All right, last round. Let's go. See what we can do. Yeah, definitely got to go 4 Cannonades. Didn't we already play this guy? Yeah, mulligan here. No miracle card. Nope. Alright, I like this hand. It might get there. Keep. Actually, I think I'll do that. It's funny using the psychological attack of just dropping a mountain these days has might prevent people from doing stuff for a turn or two, right? Thunderous Wrath with the Elemental. Interesting. Can you explain it in chat? I gotta look up the card. I know it's at the 5 damage miracle, right? Okay, here we go. Do we just Izzet Charm the hell out of that and hope to never see it again? Something tells me to do that now. I'm just gonna shoot it. Get out of here. I fail to see the interaction. I don't have it in front of me, though, and I'm one of those players that... Not players, I'm just... The way my brain works, I've got to see it. I didn't even realize how I learned until I was like halfway through college. Pitch the Wrath card, then put it on top with the Elemental card. Then cast for 1 next turn. Still, how's that work? I shouldn't have asked. I got to see it. You pitch the Wrath card, why would it come back? Here come a lot of little guys. Let's do this. This probably won't live, but we might be able to find our Clout. We'll say no to that. The Mogwar Marshal always has a soft spot in my heart. When Aaron first started playing, he called it Mogwar Marshal. Always a little bit of a lisp. I know it's a miracle, but it sounds like it's already in the graveyard with what he explained. Bloodwater Entity. Dun dun dun. There's a card you don't see much anymore. I think I'd rather be playing Footlight Fiend, or there's so many nice pitch options. Oh, another YouTuber, can't make it all about Chid 3. Cooper the Red, who's always in the chat here. I've been really liking. He's got a build of a Black Sack about a week or two ago that I really, really liked. I almost played it today, but Chid 3 got the nod. I'll probably play it next week. It's been a long time since I played a swamp-based deck. We had a run there where it was like almost every other show. Thanks for joining me, everybody. As always, do the old like, subscribe dance if you don't mind. Alrighty. Let's draw some cards. Boop, boop. Prowess. We might be able to race here. Our opponent looks a little like they were leaning on that Carrion Feeder. My spidey senses are usually right. See how we killed that? It's kind of a iffy play if he had another one, but follow your hunches. On your haunches. Oh, I see. Bloodwater Entity. I was thinking Eidolons, and I'm like, wait, how's this work? Good call, good call. Let's we'll play this here. I'll return a mountain. That way we can loot something away here. Come on, come on. Where's our guys at? Dang it. I just want to find something here. Come on. Let's go. Boop, boop. got nothing to do with this. It's just a shot in the dark. Trying to keep things alive. It's probably headed towards either a cast down or a... Oh, careful. Alrighty, we'll do it again. Watch, we just somehow prowess this all the way through. Come on, let's go. Boom, boom. We've got lots of triggers, but not much to do with it. Okay. And a whole lot of nothing. Bloop. How do we pitch the... No, that wouldn't work either. 6 ain't bad. It's twice as much as our opponent has. Yeah, I like that loud cookie still. That's pretty cool. But boy, is that a dead card if it don't work. But yeah, you're right. You could just pitch it. So it's never a dead card. I like that. Pretty cool. Very nice. See? That's why we do these kind of shows. Everybody can contribute. And that's I probably would have been playing this list for 4 months before I thought of that card. Often forgotten. Surprised. When that came out, I thought, oh boy, someone's going to break this. I'm not a fan of this Fireblade artist. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may sacrifice a creature. When you do, it does 2 damage to an opponent. It's pretty cool artwork and such. But I like it more than Body Dropper, that's for sure. Body Dropper is just so prohibitive. It's like Rakdos mana, and then every activation Rakdos mana. It's like, oh man, your opponent better not be doing anything. We got so excited when that came out. I was like, I'll pass. It's a race. Ooh, that'll change some things up. Big old boy. Boom, 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 boom. Let's just invest. I'll drop this and we'll loot next turn. I promise. But for now, let's attack. Where's the removal at? Any cast downs? Cool. Maybe there's a counterburn miracle list with Bloodwater Entity floating around. Ayokara with the knowledge. I like it. Or maybe you'll be the one to make it. Get to it. It's a race. That dude's so evil looking, he looks fun. It's almost gone full circle. Looks like a good party. I don't know what his pillow looks like. He's human after all. Yeah, Brainstorm's the standby. That's right. When that card got spoiled, everybody was like, Brainstorm! I think it was, yeah, everybody was trying to make a red-blue Delver lists with that, right? I like this little Dragonheart. We've played this card a few times on the show. A lot of people don't know about this one. The evasion's really what makes it tick. Looks like we're going to win the race if we can just keep trading here. You know, this might be the type of game where we just cast the Eidolon. Of course, we got to be careful because our opponent can block now. Take this down if we don't get it 4/4 or higher. Ay, 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 ay. I'm going to loot right now. Doink! I'll let this go off. This will go off. Alrighty, we haven't played a land yet. This is the obvious discard here, and I'll throw out the island. I'll play this dude. Do we get another blocker or what here? Yeah, I can't really attack here. I mean, I guess we trade 1 for 1. It's better now than later. I don't know. I'm just going to set up another entity here. Always yes. Always you. Booyah. And we'll get back. What do you say? Izzet Charm? That's probably the best pull here. Sure. Okay. Yeah, I like your thinking, La Conquista. That's pretty cool. I don't know what the hell I would cut to pull that off. So, I mean, 5 damage now or make your deck work. It's kind of the argument. Yeah, that's too nice of a trade here. That coffee's fighting my throat. Ayakara, yeah, I've got yet another build of Reality Acid that I've been working on too with the Bugler. I've been really liking it. Man, it's slow. It's so close. I'd say for about 4 months now, I keep trying to show it off. Man, oh man. Sorry for all the throat clearing, May. Hey, Dylan Dog. I love it. The deck, one of our awesome mechanics in arms. There they are. Bam, bam. Look at that. Thank you, guys. Elodian Aggro. That's a okay moniker. These Dragonfire dudes are getting a little scary. Close, fun game. I'm losing the forest through the trees. What's that saying? Come on over. I'm playing a little bit more aggro. How's Pedro Struck? I've got another flyer back. All right, all right. Indeed. Let's just do this now. Well, obviously we've got the option here. They could sacrifice to get out of it. I think it's better to try to get our engine going here. Especially if these guys can get 5/5 or better. Let's go. We've got the unblockable option here. I do have to try to invest in that and get it out on the board. All right. We'll throw out these two lovely ladies. Just play this and start attacking with it. It's kind of an angle. Might be pretty fun to pull that off, right? We'll do this. We can't really do anything here, guys. We'll just post an attack. Bathwater Eidolon. The goofier the name, the more it sticks. Oh, they know what's up. That is the kill card for sure. That or the effigy. That's probably getting that. I was like, where's the removal? We're up against Rakdos. You'd think all of our guys would be dead. Let's just be hiding on the bottom of the list. Who knows? Where's all the fodder, right? He plays another like goblin outlet. I'm gonna get really worried, like a war marshal or something. Come on, let's go. Yeah, you're worried what I got. Man, it seems like every match I want Fiery Cannonade. All of our stuff is protected from it, just naturally. Do I wins here? I just want to get stuff out of my hand. Oh, now we need some more Boilerworks, don't we? Wins for 1. That's so sad. I've got to wait till next turn. Make them think we're on some awesome interaction, which we're not. Dylan Dog, 1972. That denotes that you're 2 years older than me, my friend. Unless you just are fond of that year for another reason. Come on, let's go. Cool. A lot of sack outlets, but Come on. Let's go. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. This is... Draw 2, discard 2. Let's go. Yes. As the Fuming Effigy does its damage in the background. So quietly. So quiet-like. Yes. Now we draw 2. Now we discard 2. Yo. Not sure what to put this on, but I will put it on a dragon. Dragon. It just looks like a dragon to me, sir. I know, it's an elemental. Bring it on back. Bring it on back. Do some damage. Put it on the stack. Hey, Chimpskey. All right. Yeah, yeah. Good to have you as always, my friend. Tell little Nims hi for me. The only child in Pauper history to have a deck named after him, right? Probably not right. Uh-oh, we got a lot of thinking going on. That's usually not a good sign. Yes, we want to do these awesome things. Yes. I'm about to cast one of these things, man. Yeah, we might be able to just kill here. Now I can wins. Maybe go find a Faithless Looting and such. Or that. That's pretty cool. Boop. It's a nice way to end the show here. Having everything kind of come to full fruition and show off. He's got 2 blockers if you look closely, though. At least we got him under the gun. Getting scared. Hopefully. Yes. Yes, I want to use the ability. Might not even need to attack. Wow. Dun, dun, dun. 8/8 Shroud Haste. These are pretty good cards. Can we do anything else? If we attack with everything, I think that's probably the best rollout here. He's got to sacrifice 2 things just to block these guys. And that makes him have to, yeah, so we attack with everything here. Then he loses everybody to stay alive. At least that's my biased perspective. Let's go. 1 cast down, we're just dead. Of course, he can only target 1 thing, though. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. But he's got 2 blockers. But he's got to trip them now. Oh, he waited too long. Yeah, I've done that before. And usually on a stream. Never by myself when I can hide my shame and anonymity. I said it right. We still got Chid 3 with us? I totally understand if we don't. This is a pretty long show. We'll go to what we're going to change up next. And good times. Got good fights tonight. And I'll hopefully see a lot of you online later on. And feel free to ask to join our little clan. I'm surprised Wizards, with all the PR and overstepping of just, you know, the zeitgeist of just being overly sensitive with everything. I'm surprised they still call those clans. It's like, What on earth? Does he have darkness? The more I'm playing this, the less Stitchwing is coming up. I love that card, though. I really want to keep that one in there. And, you know, to be honest, we didn't see, like, fairies or anything. But, man, you just that thing just keeps coming back. It's so cool. And the drawback is awesome, right? All right. Hey, cool. I forgot. I thought that was the 2-0, but it isn't. I think that was Was that the first game? God, I hope not. I thought we lost and then won. Anybody remember? I don't. Well, they got a sack outlet. Yeah, this has to be game 1. All right. Win. I'll call it Rakdos. Hey. Zutfanar. Good to see you, and thanks for chiming in. All right. Oh, well, the air attack might be relevant here. Let's see. Cannonades again. For sure. Now, the Clout was really really throwing around its clout. That's good times. These will provide the huge bodies. God, we got to lose something. I got to lose 3 cards. Yeah, I guess I get rid of one of these. Always going to keep these. The Effigy was pretty great, but they do have Bolt. I'm going to take him out for now. We're going to win through the air, hopefully. Nah, I really like having him in there. See how decisive I am. All right, we'll take that out. Maybe one wins. Let's try that. Bloop. Just like that. Mistakes are made. Well, let's go. All right. Oh, we got a hand only a mother will like. That's the reason they call nature a mother. We will keep. Boop. Not much to use with the Faithless Looting. We'll probably draw something that we want to pitch. We'll get one Eidolon in our hand and we'll be looting real good. Okay, that makes the decision super easy. Boink. Okay, this one's easy. Now, not so much. I guess we'll get rid of a mountain. We do have 2 more. Chid 3, I got a big project I'm working on, so I'm still here. Very nice. Whoop. Oh, I just mean the clans on MTGO. I was just referencing how, that word's definitely charged. Has many meanings. And oh man, that really hurts. That's a great duress. But we've got a propaganda clan online. If you ever see me and want to join, just ask away. And it's a good place to find like-minded folks that like to brew a little out of the box. Sometimes those boxes turn out to be pretty lethal. As in the case of Boros Bully, Brute Squad, Radagond. Give me a blue. We're not going to have much to do. What is this new devilry? What's coming our way? Pretty good looking land. A little bright for a swamp, but I guess not all swamps need to be grim and dark, right? This looks like cairn stones. I think they are. Almost nothing. I don't see this duress too often. That's a dark quote. Like it. We're sitting on nothing. Another duress really hurts again because it takes away kind of our only option here. Yeah, the sad. Last week I worked on a project. There was a YouTuber that's known for Minecraft videos, and he died, and I actually did a spot on it. My son was he was like, "Oh no!" Most of you probably know his name. I like I said, it was weeks ago. I forgot, but that was weird. It's like how fitting that I'm the one that got to edit that one. Anyone have a preferred tournament app for running Pauper? Oh man, well, Conquista, there was one that this Brazilian group used. I might be able to find it. I'll try to get back to you. It's like the 10th thing I got to do. Ugh. I was thinking, while I've got you here, La Conquista, it might be kind of cool to, like, somehow enforce, I don't know, maybe like 5 cards of each color that can't be played or something to really bring out creativity. I thought, if I'm not mistaken, that's like where your focus was, I think, on that side. All right, we're going to force him to have all of it here. I don't know why he's doing this right now. I'll just leave him with it here. Bloop. It's doing pretty fun, Ariane. We've had a lot of we got a Elf's win even when what do you call, was on the stack Well-Wisher, and on the fun side, this is like an 11 out of 10. It's just it's a kick. I've been really liking it. Like Chid said, so close to being like nasty. Okay. Stultified our opponent there at the expense of 4 life. Come on, deck. This stuff. Oh, I didn't even see that. Let's go looting. You're there for a reason. Show me a Izzet land or something, right? Well, that's all fine and good. Good grief. This is the first. I've played now maybe a dozen matches with this, and I've never seen it hit so hard on land here. I really want our entities to stick around, although they're not that. I'll just keep one. These guys are going to get nice and ginormous. Let's just keep one. Yeah. All right. Dun, dun, dun. I like color palettes like that. Everything's just a shade of that. Good call. Good call. Yeah, I ran into some spell bombs last night, and I was like, oh no. And like a lot of graveyard strategies, it's not that bad. A lot of times you can kind of steer around them, and that's why I say almost every time I don't include Faerie Macabre, I run up against, like Blink's decks, and it's just like, you just can't do much with the spell bomb or the relic there. They just don't see it coming from a mile away. All right, looks like we're losing this game. We better draw some blue. Good for them. Stay nice and aggro. This is like a rogue hangout today. I love it. If they ever let players make their own creature types and make your own card in the game or something, that's what mine's definitely going to say. Human, rogue. Maybe it'll say jackass, rogue. Because that's what I'm feeling like right now. Owie. I don't mind losing. No, I mind losing. I don't mind getting beat. There's a difference. Thank you, Ayakar. Appreciate that. Awesome, awesome. 2 months already. Greatly appreciated. Anybody still humming the Oompa Loompa song? If you are, I apologize. With a gleeful smile. I cut out? Let me double check. Looks like I'm still here. Did my mic cut out? Got to be a little clearer. Boy, what do you take? You only got one choice. We're not going to be long for this world. Here comes a dragon in the sky. We are stuck. Oh, man. Well, we got a creature out of the deal. Take that. Or you go the old route where you just make it Wild West, nothing's banned. But then it's not that creative. Everybody just uses the same tools they've had. Cast down for an Eidolon. I like that. We're almost dead on board here. We really need to... Yep. That'll do it, right? 2. No, that gets us to 1. Well, we'll be dead next turn anyway. Going to game 3. 2 wins, 2 losses so far. Same with this game. 1 win, 1 loss. What am I doing? That's a lie. All right. Well, that's nice for you to show up then. Okay, let's go to game 3. And thank you for joining me. That's a version of losing, not getting beaten. I hate that. Ugh, it drives me nuts. Fun Unearth, but I'm not going to worry about Fairy for that reason. Let's do this. Pow. No lands. Mulligan. Easy idea. Mulligan. Come on, list. Don't go out like this. Remember that first game? Good God. Mulligan. Keep. Good lordy. Put back 3 cards. We're not going to be doing this anytime soon. Done. What a painful draw. Don't want to get duressed again. Let's get our graveyard active. Boop, boop. Now I want to see a duress. Swamp duress, come on. Strike out. Woohoo! Oh, darn it. I thought I saw duress for a minute there. Shoot. Now duress would hurt. There he is. Boy, do I want to hit a basic. Come on. Oh, thanks for the update there. Yeah, I don't know what... I can't handle when Twitch is having one of those days. There's probably some massive event for a game we don't even know about, and it's just clogging their servers. But sorry about that. Hopefully the YouTube feed comes through just fine. Usually does. I bet there's some politics to that too. Like if you're, you know, under 100 live viewers, they're just kind of like, yeah, we'll let them lag. And I probably would do that too, business decision wise, you know. I was really hoping we had a basic there, but we did hit a land, so I'm happy. Sometimes I love those Karoo lands. Boy, they can just save the day. It's like when 1 + 1 = 3. That's how it plays out anyway. Been wearing glasses so much, the top of my ears get a little sore sometimes. It's ridiculous because, you know, they're such little weight, but man, when I'm editing, if I don't have my little glare blockers on, which these are, I have like 4 pair, it's very obvious. I'll like read one email, I'm like, ow. I've been babying my eyes. I have not tried Orient with the gates. I know Snapbolt had a No. It was Cooper the Red had a really cool YouTube go at it and kind of invested in that and stuff. They're shutting the door on us quick here, folks. Yikes. All right, so the options here, we could cast an Eidolon and represent a blocker. Be funny. We could loot. Cannonade's definitely a shot here. We wait till their turn and maybe take a lot more. Or do we just cannonade now? I'm going to cannonade now. Next turn we'll do some other stuff. I'll drop a mountain. Yeah, that first one was a lot of fun. The first game, but the middle game and then this one, our deck has really fought us. So I agree with the misery. I'll drop that. Come on, we just got to turn these things on. Let's go. Kind of taking way too much time. I'm sure if you're hearing a delay too, that's not helping things. Ooh, glad I did that. Man, if you could just keep doing that, that would be so burly. If it like 4/4, 6/6. Pretty cool little card. We are dead real soon. Izzet Charm. Make him take out one of those on his main phase. We're still going to be at like 1 life. I'm sure he's got like a lightning bolt in hand here. So looks like we're going to go 2-3 on the day. But I told you I'd be happy with any wins with this build. It's not a knock against the build. It's just it's super roguey. It's super iffy. And it's super fun. That's why we're playing it. All right, we got a blocker. That's about it, guys. Holy crap. What a weird sequence. The triple mulligan. This guy's probably going to eat a bolt. Eat a bolt. It sounds like some just